Hey Leo, welcome to your reading. This is going to be a spirit messages reading, and I'm actually redoing this reading because evidently I had only minimal audio in the last one. So let's see what is going on for you, what spirit has to say. Let's see. Okay, this is talking about the end of a cycle. This is talking about almost it's like a call for maybe a need to end a cycle, or a need to metamorphosis. What is it? Metamorphosis. I change, not change, because there's nothing wrong with you. I mean to say, end things that kept you trapped up in your head, right? End the cycle of maybe a lack mindset, end the cycle of negativity, end the cycle of shitty relationships. It's an ending of a cycle. And this also might be talking about you facing your own demons, like facing yourself. And balancing your emotional state, like the way you this almost looks like you are trying to make peace with your past in a way. Oh, what's this? I missed one. It's like trying to get a handle on your emotions, and it feels like you're actually really trying to do this. Like that, there's an attempt being made to thaw out. I want to say thaw out because you see how there's so much ice around her. She's sad, and it's like thawing out, like maybe being open again to, you know, love, or just loving yourself. Then we have the Empress, and this Empress to me is such an interesting card because it's like her finding out that she's the master of her universe, right? It's about creating the life that you want. It's about creating the universe that you want. Because this is all, the outside is a reflection of the inside. This is talking about monitoring. You might have done this, or you're in the process of this, but it's like monitoring where you place your energy for the most abundant outcome for yourself. Freedom. I get freedom from this card. I feel like she's free and she feels it. You know what I mean? Right. And being abundant, it's like you're really working on your finances right now. There's something about being very, ooh, you might be going through a spiritual awakening. Uh-huh. Your heart chakra is literally gonna be bust wide open, like in the best way possible. But that, when that happens, that brings you abundance in multiple different ways, right? And then, where I said she creates the universe, right? She's realizing she's the master and she's the creator. And then you got the star at the end of that, and that's like saying, as within so without. That's, to me, this card is saying that you're keeping your eyes on the prize, that you're taking in good, so that what you're putting out is also good. It's like working on your mental state. It's like working on yourself, really. This is pouring back into yourself. I definitely get that energy of loving your loving yourself. Boy, that one just wanted to fly out. You might be majorly affected by the moon cycles. And the other thing I get from this is that you might be finding out things about yourself, or there'll be like revelations that maybe you didn't, that are just happening, where you're like, wow, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? And this is giving you this inspiration to, like, like haul ass forward, right? You're just like, it's like you're hitting the ground running as far as, yeah, you're moving into the future. You're working on what's going on right now. I almost feel like you're taking every opportunity too. Like, but sometimes you can also ignore things that you need to pay attention to. I feel like, there's this thought of like some days you feel like you got it all together, and then other days, you know, obviously, you feel like you don't. But whatever it is, there's a lot about opportunities that are being opened for you, so that there's like these little windows, right, of opportunities all over the place that are being opened for you, and if you don't pay attention you'll miss them. But they're everywhere, and they're here to help you become abundant in your right now. Okay, you're harnessing your female or your feminine and masculine um energy as far as your material world. It's like you're really, I feel like you've probably been that way for a long time. My feeling is that you've probably been able to take care of yourself for a long time. Like you've probably always had to kind of take on both the masculine and feminine roles when it comes to that kind of situation. And you're doing it beautifully. Spirit is saying, you have mastered that. And there's windows up of opportunity opening up for you everywhere, and I think you're starting to see that more and more, that little things are popping up that are like, ooh, that's definitely for me, and it'll help you with something, money, friends, a job, I don't know, anything, a relationship. It could be as simple as finding a better deal on something that you really wanted and you thought you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for. It's like little windows of opportunity are popping up everywhere, uh, for you to see. And there is balance coming into your life as far as like materialistically, or in the 3D. But the thing, I feel like you still have these moments where you glance back to the future, I mean to the past. It's like your mind is on the future for the most part, but every once in a while you pop back into the past. It's like you're really trying to stay away from, or I feel like you can't help but to glance back, which is totally normal and natural. But it's almost as if it's like, look where what I came from versus where I am now is such a huge difference and change. And this is like saying you're this is like congratulations. This is like spirit congratulating you, saying like you really are doing it. You really are doing it. And here you might be you might be needing to, well, no, you're mastering. This is talking about a mastering of, not mastering, how do I want to put this? I feel like for now it seems like you've kind of walked away from relationships, maybe, or you're just kind of trying to get away from the way you've done things in the past. It's like you're working on other things. You're working on other things, and you're working on healing from a lot of the shit from the past. You're trying to walk away from the old ways and the old ways of doing things. Maybe you were the kind of person who got into a lot of relationships. Maybe you dated a lot, or just maybe you dealt with a lot of really lousy people. But this is talking about kind of um, changing the way you do things, walking away from old emotional relationships, situations, right? And learning the lessons from the past. Like there's this big thing about you're actually learning the lessons from the past. And I think you might be really delving into your spirituality as well. I feel like there's this energy of you really kind of trying to find out more spiritually than you did before. Kind of almost get yourself to like this. I feel I feel like you still feel like there's a lot of a long way to go, but you are actually a lot closer than you think to this inner peace that you're desiring. Ari, please stop. Yeah, there's this inner peace that you're desiring, and you're a lot closer than you think. If you see a lot of crows, that is definitely a sign, or birds in general. I get a lot of like, but I get a lot of like crows or birds. If there's birds, a lot of birds. So there's something about, especially crows, that might be giving you little signs or just trying to gently nudge you in certain directions. I feel like this is it's really, there is some issues that are popping up from your past, and you're really trying to figure out. I feel like though you're trying to figure out from a logical standpoint how to get into an emotional space, and an emotionally peaceful space, right? And I don't think that you realize that you can't do that with logic, that you have to do that one with your heart. And there's maybe, it's like you're finally taking the blindfold off of the things that you've avoided for a long time. I feel like there is a lot of soul searching going on right now. You're actively trying to kind of better yourself in a lot of different ways, change the way energy works for you, and make it work in your favor. It's like you're literally, you must be great at finances, or just at bringing in money. I don't know how great you are at keeping it. I'm just saying that it looks like you're not bad at bringing it in, but you have to watch out because you have this shadow side, right? These negative thoughts, or things that hold you back, that creep in here and there, and sometimes make you feel like you're going to go down a place, or go to a place you don't want to go. Or there also might be some things about trust, maybe even trusting yourself. And this is talking about, to do that inner work and to start to learn how to trust yourself and get that emotional space. It takes a lot of, it's going to take some me time, some alone time, some actually focusing on self time, right? And once you do that, then that's when the real shit starts. That's when the real goodies start. That's when you start to really see the fruits of your labor, so to speak. Uh, and then you're creating from like a place of creator, of actual creator, not of, oh, maybe I can bring this in, but it's like, I am creating this, and this is what it is. Yeah, it's like you want to be something, you want to do something, and you're not wasting time, or it looks like you want something and you're just going for it, right? With a shit ton of strength, I gotta say. And I know it's not easy. Yeah, I know it's not, because there's a lot of things that, these choices that are disguised as great little innocent things that can be treacherous, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is, you control the whole thing. And if you could realize that the majority of the shit that you're worried about is really nothing, because it's like this person's having such a hard time deciding between goldfish. And yeah, they all look a little different, but they're all still goldfish, right? But this is where now you can choose something, instead of something like a goldfish that looks like a shark. Now you can actually start to see, because you're going to become the master creator of your existence. You start to see you can have the actual fucking shark. Let's see what we got at the top. Yeah, there is a lot of hurts, and there's a lot of things, and I feel like you're kind of using those negative things. It's almost like you're transmuting the energy and using it as power to propel you forward. But don't get trapped up too much in the sadness and the heartbreak of the past. You're at the door See, you're literally at the door to freedom right there. You're sitting right there at the door and crying about something that happened, when you can walk right, you can just turn around and walk through that door and everything changes for you, which gives you a whole new vision of the world. And you have a lot of spirit guides that are here watching you. Um, there are ancestors, or, passed on relatives, uh, maybe even a soul family here that's still alive, but there are people that are trying to send you positive energy and pray for you and help push positive things your way. So just know that that is definitely happening. And all of this to shove you into that place where you get that fulfillment that you've been looking for so long. And you have, look, this says, if you're not going through a spiritual awakening right now, you will be going through one within the next month, I would say. But I feel like there's already a breakdown of the old. You're already seeing things differently, maybe doing different things to benefit yourself. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, to bring this emotionally balanced, to be in this emotionally balanced place, right? To get there and feel comfortable in your emotions. Okay, because there might be a thing about not feeling so comfortable with emotions, and there also might be a thing about making peace. I get this, making peace with your past. Making peace with your past, right? Understanding that it had to happen in order to get you to where you are and to be who you are, and that this is just really a little piece of it, because there's so much more to you. There's so many facets and aspects, and there's so much creator in you. And that is basically what spirit has got here. So that hopefully is, yeah, my mic is still on, yay. All right. Yeah, I hope that you got something out of that, Leo. If you did, please drop a like. That would be great. It's a completely free way to help the channel grow, get these messages out to other Leos who might need to hear them. And it's just nice to do. And also, when you like, you subscribe, you comment, you put your energy in, and I can start to pull little things so that I can give you readings that are more tailored to you and what you need to hear. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. So, and also, I hope you were led to subscribe. If you were led to subscribe, I am so happy to have you here. Welcome. And if you were not, that's fine too. I'm not mad. No hard feelings. I'm just really glad that you were here for this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.